The Wall Street Journal recently reported that a staffer at the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, Marco Ellis, resigned following an inquiry into a series of racist social media posts linked to him. The posts, made under a now-deleted pseudonymous account, contained inflammatory and offensive statements, prompting immediate public backlash. Initially, Ellis's swift resignation appeared to be a rare instance of accountability in a political climate where consequences for unethical or inappropriate behavior are often absent. In recent years, figures associated with President Donald Trump and his allies have continuously defied basic societal norms and moral expectations, frequently facing little to no repercussions for their actions. Public figures like Elon Musk have openly refused to apologize for behavior that many perceived as inappropriate or even outright offensive, such as when he made a gesture that resembled a Nazi salute. Similarly, a high-ranking State Department official once tweeted that, "Competent white men must be in charge if you want things to work." These incidents have contributed to a broader perception that public shaming and accountability no longer function as effective deterrents against corrupt or irresponsible governance. So when Marco Ellis, just 25 years old, yet granted access to the Treasury Department's central payment system, felt compelled to resign in response to mounting criticism, it momentarily seemed as though a boundary still existed. It suggested that, at least in some cases, public pressure could still force action and that there remained a line even Trump's allies dared not cross. However, that assumption was quickly upended the very next day. Elon Musk, who leads the Department of Government Efficiency, took to his social media platform, X, formerly known as Twitter, and posted a poll asking his followers, "Bring back a DOGE staffer who made inappropriate statements via a now-deleted pseudonym." The response from prominent conservative figures was swift. Vice President J.D. Vance amplified Musk's tweet, adding his own commentary. "I obviously disagree with some of Ellis's posts, but I don't think stupid social media activity should ruin a kid's life. So I say bring him back." By Friday afternoon, Musk announced that Ellis would be reinstated to his position at DOGE, effectively nullifying any prior accountability. To put this decision into perspective, it's important to examine the nature of the posts that led to Ellis's resignation in the first place. Among the statements he made online were, "Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool. Normalize Indian hate. You could not pay me to marry outside of my ethnicity." While it is true that people often say things they later regret, and it is reasonable to argue that individuals should not be permanently punished for past mistakes, context is crucial. In Ellis's case, these were not the indiscretions of an adolescent or the remnants of a long-buried past. These were statements he made within the past year, statements made as a fully grown adult, while in a position of power and responsibility within the federal government. The idea that such remarks should carry no consequences is, on its face, absurd. More concerning is the fact that Ellis, despite these statements, will still have access to sensitive government data and systems. Yet, this story is about more than just Marco Ellis. His case is emblematic of a broader and more insidious trend in conservative politics, one that distorts and weaponizes the concept of free speech. Elon Musk has positioned himself as a champion of free speech, frequently arguing that his decision to invest in Twitter, now X, was motivated by a desire to create the platform for free speech around the globe. Likewise, J.D. Vance framed Ellis's reinstatement as an issue of fairness, stating that he did not want his children growing up in a world where a flippant comment or a wrong viewpoint will follow them around for the rest of their lives. But the reality is that their definition of free speech is selective. The same people who call for unlimited expression when it comes to racist or offensive remarks are often the first to advocate for book bans, restrictions on academic discussions about race and history, and punitive measures against individuals who speak out against conservative policies. Free speech, in their view, is not a universal principle. It is a shield used to protect those who share their ideological perspectives while simultaneously dismissing or silencing those who challenge them. In Ellis's case, his reinstatement signals to others that accountability is optional, that bigotry carries no professional consequences, and that public figures can act with impunity as long as they have the right political allies. The result is a further erosion of ethical governance and a continued normalization of extremist rhetoric within the corridors of power. Ultimately, the Ellis controversy is not just about one individual's offensive statements. It is a reflection of the shifting political landscape, where power, ideology, and influence increasingly dictate who faces consequences and who remains untouchable. And if this episode is any indication, the willingness to excuse and enable harmful rhetoric is only becoming more entrenched at the highest levels of government.